make him feel small.
Oh, I heard that Lermo is really good with social media stuff.
He's incredible. You should ask him about stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Where is he?
Oh my gosh! If I had a nickel for how many times people saw me and asked me where Learn More was.
Oh really? I thought I was the first one.
Oh no! I wish.
Since
I
you
wish.
brought it up.
No, I would be a rich man. Everyone's just like, "Where's your more successful, more skilled friend?" Well, I appreciate you doing this, man.
Yeah, but Tim's working with IT too, right?
Yeah, Tim is also more skilled than me. You know what? To be honest, is this how this podcast works? Everyone just talks to me and just like, man, why?
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, you want to step in for a second?
No. Let's just keep going. Who else is better than you?
Oh my God! Wow, the list doesn't really end. To be honest, our guest.
Sorry, Rodney. To give you a hard time. You know?
Well, I appreciate you buying us coffee.
But Rodney's a great guy. Thank you so much for hooking me out with the gigs in town. You know?
Oh, of course. Our guest for our show here. Our show is called Skullet.
Oh, Skullet.
Skullet, like
Skullet.
You know, like you've heard the term mullet.
Oh yeah.
So a skullet is like just a bald guy who's got a mullet. You know, so.
Oh, but you still have long hair in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Like Hulk Hogan, the pro wrestler. You know.
Oh, okay. But I'm just really old. When I know him, he has full head of hair.
That's true. Yeah, no. And then it slowly went away.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What happened to him now? Because I haven't heard about him for seem to be like years.
He's around. I mean, he sued the website Gawker, and they are no longer existed. He had a sex tape briefly. It was things haven't really worked out too well for him. I know went through a divorce and stuff. And
oh wow. Well, man, I didn't know he has a sex tape too. Jeez.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many porn producers that we don't know.
That's true, man. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. One day, there it is. There. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's what he looks like now.
That's what he looks like as a skullet. Yeah, that's when he was kind of losing.
Nice,
I think that looks like him in like maybe during like when he was in Rocky or something.
Oh. All right, we digress.
Anyway, Joe, you're our guest today. Your credits: you've been on Letterman, you've been on Ellen, you've been on Colbert. You're coming up. Netflix is a joke festival coming up as well.
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah.
May
That's
7th.
next week, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You're excited. You're prepared.
Yeah, I'm prepared, but then I just honestly, I like doing shows.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I have no idea what's gonna come out of these festivals anymore.
Of course,
Yeah. You just have to plug away, I guess.
Totally.
Yeah.
We're gonna do like some like bio stuff, backstory stuff. But when I was mentioning your credits too, you also did the what is it, RTCA dinner. The Biden roast, man. Or he roasted him as well. But dude, that was incredible.
Oh, thank you so much. Norm Macdonald's actually warned me about that gig.
Really?
Yeah, I opened for him. This was like years ago. Opened for him, and he's like, "Oh, I heard you're doing that dinner thing." I said, "Yes." He said, "Oh, you have to be prepared. It's a very tough crowd."
Yeah.
So he kind of mentally prepared me for that crowd. Yeah, it was helpful because if you watch that performance for the first 3-4 minutes, the laughter was not that big.
Yeah.
Because I practiced the set in comedy clubs. Basically people started laughing from beginning to end.
Right.
When I practiced it. But then when I was on stage, I just remember when Norm told me, I was like, okay, I should expect this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by minute 4 or something, they started to really warmed up.
Yeah, I was watching because a lot of like the White House Correspondents' dinners, like I'm always like, because you're getting like big laughs, man, and in a way that I never really heard from. Like I've watched a ton of these, and I'm always just like, did they not mic the audience or something? But you're getting like laughs. You're getting big ones.
Yeah, that audience is pretty hard to make them laugh.
For sure,
they're all like reporters, judges, and it's they're people who play with words basically.
Sure. Yeah.
So I deliberately threw in some big words there. I can't remember anymore. Just to impress them.
Yeah, no, that was awesome, man. Yeah, and so you said so by minute 4. I mean, so when you went into it, are you like prepare for it to be a slow build, or were you like you realized while it's happening that don't get rattled? Were you ever rattled when you were doing it?
Oh, I was nervous from beginning to end, to be honest.
Interesting.
It's one of the most nerve-wracking shows I ever had. Also, before the show, I had to eat my dinner at a dais in front of like 2,000 people. Oh man, that steak just tasteless.
Oh my God, I bet, dude. Holy cow.
I know. Oh man, I just kind of force myself to eat because I don't want to be hungry when I'm performing.
Okay,
and,
yeah.
And when I'm on stage, it's also weird because I just see weird things. I saw, like reporters from like CNN, PBS sitting in the front row, which is expected. But also, all of a sudden, I saw Kathy Griffin's face. I was like, oh, is it really her? Because that's what I was thinking in my mind. We're doing my jokes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if in the middle of you just like, Kathy?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Do some crowd work?
Yeah, but I can't really. I wasn't totally sure either because there's some distance there.
Of
but
course, yeah.
it turns out she was there. Later on, I realized that. So yeah. But then I just kind of plow through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but fortunately, I practiced in comedy clubs before.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, and it was hard to practice because people usually don't like political jokes. So what I did is if I do a 45-minute set, I just put that 20 minutes in the middle.
Sure.
Grab someone from the audience and pretend that person is Obama.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and just roast that person.
Yeah.
That way. I pulled up, guys, women, whites and blacks. I just
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you had the line about Biden where you're like, you read his book.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're seeing him now and you're like, and the book was better. So good, dude. That was incredible. So you worked, did you work with Norm a lot?
Oh, not too much. Only when he was in Boston.
Right
on. Yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah.
Oh, R.I.P. for sure.
Yeah. Him and Bob Saget.
Oh yeah,
man. Yeah, Bob Saget. I used to rode with him in his limo to different shows. Yeah, it's really impressive how many people know him.
Totally. Yeah.
Once the limo driver was speeding, and the cop just stopped the limo, and. Basically, Bob just told the limo driver, "You don't say anything," and then Bob stuck his head out. "Hey, officer!" The officer said, "Oh, Bob, we're okay."
Oh my God!
Yeah. And I can probably say that I actually treated Bob Saget to a Burger King.
Really?
In Maine. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's my goodness.
He always laughed at us for some reason. At the time, I love Burger King. Right?
It's flame broiled.
Yeah, flame boiled. I love their fries.
Oh really?
Yeah, I like their fat fries.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And he's one of the few comedians actually supported me or even comforted me during this whole Asian hate thing.
For sure,
yeah. He was texting me on Twitter and stuff. So I miss that guy. He's really nice.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, him and Jim Gaffigan, they were both very supportive. So,
that's great, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Gaffigan also. Here's a story. I have a comedian friend, Peng Dang.
Okay.
He used to drive a Uber in Dallas, and once he was driving this a rich guy, and the rich guy just refused to pay him. And then Peng was like, why don't you pay me? He was like, because you're listening to Jim Gaffigan. He's a libtard. I'm not gonna pay you.
Get out of here.
I was like, oh, okay. So Jim Gaffigan owes Peng.
Oh my God.
Uber.
All right, we're gonna add Jim Gaffigan, okay, and we're just let me know what his Venmo is, and we'll reach out.
Yeah.
That is hilarious to be really upset about to Jim Gaffigan of all people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was like, oh, really?
The Hot Pockets guy. This guy's a.
I know.
Yeah.
He become libtard. Who knows?
That's amazing. Okay, great. Let's do so this is incredible stories. Thank you so
sorry.
much.
Yeah,
man. No, don't be sorry. This is like fucking brilliant shit, dude. So I guess just for anybody that doesn't know you, so you were born in China, small province in China.
Yeah.
And I was actually curious because you have a son.
Yeah.
And I was just curious, like, how your child is different than his, because he's here and you grew up in China.
Yeah,
right?
I have nothing to talk to my son about. No, it's just kidding. It was just totally.
You sound like my father.
Yeah. I even talk about this on stage. It feels like my son just has everything. But,
right.
Yeah, but when I grow up, it's very hard to have any toys, and my dad has to carve like the guns and all this stuff. But we don't have Legos or this and that. But and we have to work a lot in elementary school.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, literally. Go to the field, sow seeds, apply fertilizer, and get rid of the weed and harvest in the fall. But all of those things, it's quite that I don't understand at the time because there's so many peasants. They seem to be doing nothing. Those students are doing the work.
Yeah, for real. You tell these guys to get a job. That's funny, man.
Yeah, and I still remember during the summer we have to apply fertilizer to the crop. Every student was handed a bowl, just put some fertilizer there and just spray it.
Yeah.
And during lunch, we go to the little creek, rinse it out. Use the same bowl for food and soup and stuff.
Get out of here! Just like you didn't grow like 3 heads or something after that, man. That's crazy, man. So and you're good now, obviously, right? How's the health? How's the immune system? Probably better than it was, huh?
Well, after this podcast, I still have to go to work. No.
Fair enough. True enough. And growing up, were you like were you athletic? Were you like a funny kid? Were you a quiet kid?
I was kind of a quiet and introverted kid.
That's what I suspected. Just watching your stuff, I was like, you seem like you're like kind of like a quiet observer, and you. I don't know.
I was funny occasionally, but I'm always the second or third funniest guy in any group. Yeah, even at home, like my brother is funnier than me.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So, but the thing, he's my younger brother.
Yeah.
But his grade was always better than me. It's just like my dad always used him as an example.
Interesting. Actually, can we get your brother to do this podcast?
Exactly.
Boom, broasted. Got you right back. I'm back, baby. What does your brother do?
He's an editor. He translates literature from English to Chinese.
Oh, cool.
And then publish that in China. So
interesting.
Yeah, he's still in Shanghai. Yeah.
Oh, right on. So was he like more like language, literature, and you were like more like science, math?
Well, actually, I was science and he was engineer major.
Okay.
Yeah, but then he never used this major to do anything. He basically just does a lot of, art, photography, literature, that kind of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. Also, he's a big rock and roll guy.
Oh, really?
When he was younger, yeah. So I know of American rock and roll through him a lot.
Oh, interesting. Usually it's the other way around. The older brother tells the younger brother.
Because he's the hipper one.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So, and then your dad's worked for a steel factory?
Oh, yes.
Did he? I did some research, you guys.
So thank you so much. Well, that's why this town feels home to me.
That's what I was thinking, man. Welcome to Pittsburgh, Steel City, baby.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but then I don't see any steel factories anymore.
It doesn't exist anymore, actually.
I know.
There's some abandoned ones. I'm sure there's a few that are still running strong, but it's
well, it's the same in my hometown too. A lot of
really?
the steel factories shut down.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough for my dad because when my dad went to that part of the country, it's just basically very rural.
Right.
And the way they look for iron ore, they don't have any machinery at the time. My dad and his co-workers just drags a sleigh in the woods.
Interesting.
Even in the winters. This is like minus 20, 30 degrees in the winter there. They just go there. Sometimes they camp out at night.
Really?
Yeah, it was really tough there.
Okay, when you say a sleigh, I'm imagining two things, like a football sled, like a
yeah, just a sled.
like a sled like that, or
yeah.
like sledding down the hill, kind of.
Oh, I don't know how to describe it. It's actually made from like wood, like tree branches.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the two parts that touch the ground.
Yeah.
You know, then you have some stuff on top of it.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, yeah. All the equipment was on the sled.
Okay.
Know? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I should call it sled, right? It shouldn't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A sleigh sounds nice too. It's like festive, you know, like
the sleigh is like you have a horse. To
I was thinking that, you know. Like
there's no horse. It's
okay, it's just people
guys
dragging
it. Yeah, because you have no idea what the terrain is like. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't. But on the other hand, I think my dad's generation are probably the happiest one because they've gone through everything.
Right.
Yeah, they've gone through like starvation, really tough lives, but then now, you know, they have pension, you know, they appreciate the life now.
That's
so,
nice, yeah. And then they got you through college, right?
Oh yeah, they got me through college.
Hell yeah. So you went. So you were biochemistry.
Yeah.
In China, and then you went to like your graduate school in
Texas. Yeah, Rice.
Yeah, right on.
Rice in Houston. Yeah.
So what was that like? So coming to the U.S., I think you were like. It sounds. I'm too prepared. You came 24. I know you did that, but was it like? Were you like at that time? Were you like just ready to go? Were you nervous about like the transition?
Oh yeah. Very nervous, and at the time, the internet is not as advanced.
Of course, yeah.
So we have very little knowledge about what life is like in America.
Right.
Yeah. But I have some friends. They went to Texas first. They kind of tell me, "Hey, this is what Texas is like."
Tell the tale, yeah.
Yeah. So that got me prepared a little bit, but then still, I got full score when I got into Chinese Academy of Science.
Oh, right.
In organic chemistry.
Okay.
But when I came here, people thought I don't know any chemistry because I can't express myself.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't understand what they're talking about because all the terminology was in Chinese. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really hard. For the first year and a half, it was really tough. You know?
Right.
After that, I gradually got adapted to it. Yeah.
Interesting. So did you feel? How did you feel like you were more proficient in the language? Was there like any tricks, any tips did you do? Was comedy coming into it at any point, or was it?
No, I was just I was very curious about language, and if I don't understand something, I just ask, or I'm very interested in American idioms, so I actually have a little notebook just to collect those. But now you don't have to do it anymore. Everything's in Google or Urban Dictionary.
True. Yeah.
But
it's so funny, man. Or ChatGPT.
Oh.
I actually did go to ChatGPT to ask some chemistry questions for you.
Oh, really?
But they were terrible. So, but I actually did come pretty prepared.
My God.
It's no big deal. But I just got
what about chemistry?
yeah, there we go. Just the double helix. I've been no big deal. But listen,
Watson is the kind of godfather of modern biology. Yeah.
Could I ask you some chemistry questions? Really
my
quick?
God! Wow, you're really putting me on the spot.
Listen.
Just to warn you, if I don't know anything, I just say I learned this in Chinese.
Please do. Here's the thing you need to understand: our audience is very dumb. Okay, you can say anything, and we would just be like, "Oh, that's probably true."
Yeah.
These are not like any gotcha questions or anything. They're actually kind of just opinion pieces actually.
Oh wow. Okay.
So our first, this is the Skullet chemistry corner.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have some music here possibly. Here we go. What is your favorite amino acid and why?
Oh wow, I remember it was lysine.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I couldn't remember why anymore. I remember it's a very unique amino acid.
Yeah.
But then I think it's more acidic or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Well.
I'm sorry, the right answer was tryptophan.
Oh, it makes you sleepy?
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. We actually have a little cheat sheet up there.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I hated tryptophan for the exact same reason.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Because we had siesta in China, which is a
so
little
nice.
nap after lunch, but there's no such thing in America. So it always bothered me when I was studying or going to lectures in America. I got so sleepy right after lunch.
Yeah.
That's why I hate tryptophan.
All right, we'll accept that.
Yeah.
So what was your thesis on?
Oh, my thesis is on the neurotransmitter transporter called inebriated.
Okay.
Yeah, which means drunk.
Yeah.
But Drosophila, which is fruit fly, has the weird names for their genes. Like inebriated, etheragogo. Just because if that gene is knocked out or destroyed, if you apply some ether, the fly just shakes. That's just called etheragogo.
That's pretty sick.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be honest, we still haven't found the substrate for the neurotransmitter transporter. We know from the gene sequence it's a transporter. Oh, by the way, I have to back up a little bit.
Go for it.
Yeah, so basically neurons communicate with each other through a structure called the synapse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one synapse secretes neurotransmitter, the other receives it. But after the job is done, they have to get rid of the neurotransmitter. Otherwise, the second neuron will be always excited.
Interesting.
So neurotransmitter transporter does the cleanup job.
Huh.
Yeah. He's the, remember when you commit a crime, there's always...
Believe me, I've committed a few. Perfect. You speak my language.
I know.
We'll talk about this.
Me of them.
No. All right.
No, just kidding.
That's what they call me, the cleaner,
You're the cleaner, yeah. My gene was the cleaner, supposed to be. Yeah, but in the end, we still didn't find out exactly what it cleans.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few more of these chemistry questions in the science
right.
quarter. All right.
As long as we don't turn our audience off,
For sure. We'll edit anything bad. Oh yeah. Oh, you familiar with this guy, Andrew Huberman?
Not really.
Our producer Tim's a big fan of this guy. It's embarrassing. Let's see. We're moving on. Let's see. CRISPR. Yeah, any opinions on CRISPR?
Oh wow, but that's another scary thing.
Sure.
It works well on animals.
Okay.
But I'm just worried if people try it on human beings.
Yeah.
I think one dude already did it. Have you heard the story?
No.
Yeah, he was a PhD in physics from Rice,
okay.
my alma mater.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, I know. And maybe he's a physics. He doesn't know like bioethics or something.
Yeah.
He's went ahead and did it on a person.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, it's just like nobody knows what happened next. He was trying to. I think the story was this child was born from at least one of the parents had AIDS.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you do some modification on the gene, the child may be more resistant to AIDS.
Okay.
I guess that's that's why he did it. But you don't know what that CRISPR thing is gonna do to other genes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we have to see what the results like.
See, I was thinking that I was going to genetically alter my kids to have skullets.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and yeah, there you go. You got the article right up there.
Oh, Rice University opens. Oh man,
CRISPR
that's
baby project. That's crazy. Man.
I know. Yeah.
Huh.
But on the other hand, yeah, but that's the dilemma, because I used to work with cancer research.
Okay.
We can cure so many different cancers in rats and mice, but then it's sometimes that they don't translate into human beings.
Right,
that's a huge barrier,
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway,
last thing I'll say, Propecia/finasteride.
Mm-hmm.
Familiar with this?
Not very familiar with it.
I'm only familiar with this because I'm really leaning into the bald thing as a personal brand.
Oh, okay.
So when I was a young man, Propecia was a thing you could take.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be taken for like enlarged prostates, right? But they found that patients also possibly kept their hair and or grew it.
Oh, so it's it's better than Rogaine, or
it's better than Rogaine, possibly. But there's the trick here. There's a Faustian deal here. I looked that up today. It could possibly, you might not be able to. It has problems sometimes in your erections.
Oh,
so you might not get one anymore.
Oh,
but you might have hair. You know what I mean? So
okay. Can you locally apply Propecia?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out the next. I think the podcast will figure it out after that. We're gonna write our congressman and whoever is important to that. Anyway, that has been the Chemistry Corner. Appreciate you going through it. You got a question, Tim?
I was curious where he's locally applying it. Is it for the top or the bottom?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. That'll leave that up to our audience, I think.
Yeah, but I sometimes I talk about this on stage too. There's like hair transplants that take hair from your lower body to the top.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. So, sometimes, I just weird. Sometimes I see a middle-aged guy with curly hair. It's
hilarious.
Like, I'm like,
what happened?
Do you use shampoo or body wash to clean it?
You gotta rename the podcast.
You're right. Awesome. So let's see. So and then you moved to Boston. And now we're going to get into comedy, but what was your first U.S. comedy show you saw?
Oh, it was in Boston, no, in Houston, actually.
Okay.
During my first job, some of my coworkers took me just to a comedy show after work. And I saw Emo Phillips that night.
Right on.
Yeah. He was great.
Yeah.
He wasn't even doing any voice or the hair thing.
Really?
Yeah, he just sits on the stool, just rattle off jokes. Every joke is just so good.
Yeah. But Emo Phillips and then Stephen. I thought of you as Stephen Wright just because the Boston and I mean you're like kind of a one-liner like joke writer kind of guy, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I don't have any other choice, because I can't act very well, But then, I always take that as an honor. Pretty much, in every other city, if you say, "Oh, it's you're a great writer," it's a compliment, except in LA. In LA, it's a subtle insult. That just means
really,
yeah. Oh, you're not a great performer, or you're an average performer. You're not a great actor. Oh, you're a great writer, though.
So have people said that to you in LA?
Oh yeah. They said this to me back in 2006 or 7. When
Interesting.
I think you're better. I think you're better out being a writer or something.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, I know. Just LA is so shallow,
Well, that was always a thing because I started out in New York and being a writer was a great thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, exactly.
And then they would always say about the LA comics is they don't have any jokes.
Oh yeah.
They're just taking up all the room in this.
Oh my God! Yeah, just. It's not like we can't do it.
Right.
We can do it, but I just I don't feel like doing it.
Sure.
Yeah. Anybody can make an ass of themselves on stage.
Exactly.
Everybody can do it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. We even have, there's comedians in LA just farting into the mic.
Are they really?
Yeah, that's an act. It's like, oh man,
oh my God.
Oh yeah. Well, looking back, it's probably hard for me to fart into a mic. Actually, it's not easy to fart on demand.
That is very true. That is actually very true. No one talks about that. How hard is a fart on command?
Yeah, exactly.
He gives and gives, I
don't know how to prepare for that act.
Oh my God, I have an idea. Well, this is my third coffee of the day, so we'll see how we do with that. Farting on command, that's amazing. But you are so you are a writer, and that's not a dig. I think that's awesome.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm proud of it. It's I got so much out of it, not just my act. I also just enjoy the process, but sometimes it gets too much. But
for sure,
if you write a sitcom or stuff, it's a totally different thing. I just remember when I was writing. Of course, I'm not a successful sitcom writer, but still, when you write, sitcom or movies, man, like 14 hours goes by like that. It's it's crazy. Yeah.
So when you're writing jokes, and I'm always just like, am I not writing enough? I'm like, what is I'm like, should I do 30 minutes a day, an hour a day? And then it's like, or then I'm like, just like, sometimes I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, man, this is not productive at all. You know, I'm just kind of sitting there forever. You know.
Yeah, but then trust me, even if nothing comes out of it, you just write something or just force yourself to sit and write.
Yeah.
It's an accomplishment, you know, because you gradually your brain kind of just instinctively know in the future, oh shit, I have to write.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have the kind of pressure. But I couldn't sit down and write until I had the gig at the correspondence dinner.
Yeah,
because I didn't have any political jokes at the time.
Huh.
Then I was like, oh no, I have to prepare for the show. So at the time, I just basically just dropped my son at the daycare in the morning, go to a Dunkin' Donuts and sit there for an hour, and then drive to work.
Yeah.
Just I did that from that point on. I kind of forced myself into the habit. Yeah.
And is that like still like the process now? Do you still do that? Like,
well, you can't find Dunkin' Donuts in LA, so
that's true.
But
there's no because they're not writing.
Oh, yeah, they're not writing.
Okay.
But to be fair, there are a lot of writers doing script and stuff in LA. Yeah, you can just tell. Sometimes you go to a Starbucks, the 5 or 6 people writing. And you can just see the format. It's the screen
final draft.
Yeah, final
totally,
draft.
Yeah,
there,
yeah it's hilarious.
Yeah. But every town has their thing. In Boston, you know, it's biology papers. You know, you can just see the format.
Oh,
you know, the paper. You know?
Just be like, oh, you guys are all hacks. You know, just one of the. That's why. So Duncan kind of brought you back to Boston whenever you're in LA or anywhere else.
Dunkin',
you're just like,
yes, we love Dunkin' Donuts.
That's true. Yeah.
And also, Dunkin' Donuts hire a lot of immigrants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. You know, they don't speak English very well. You know, you ask them where are they from? Oh, Nigeria. You know.
Sure.
And why are you here? You know, their stories are pretty impressive. You know, some of them are actually engineers in Nigeria building dams and stuff.
Wow.
And why are you here? Oh, I want my son to go to college in America. You know, they sacrifice their life. Working at the Dunkin' Donuts just to make sure their son goes to college, you know. Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
yeah. I this is like just random, but but while we're talking about like immigrants, I was just wondering, like, do you feel like a responsibility? I guess in a way, is that a weird question? Like, but like, you know, there's not a ton of representation, I guess, but I'm just wondering, like, you know, for
I felt that way, you know, because I used to work for a biotech company.
Yeah,
like 20% of the workforce is Asian.
Right.
But when there's a layoff, like 80-90% of the people laid off are Asians.
Right.
You know? And some of them, I just know they're the hardest workers.
Sure.
But they still got laid off. But another guy just bought a yacht. But he's still there. I was like, but then the thing is, a lot of immigrants, they don't express themselves very well. You know, they're just too busy with their lives. You know, work and kids. So that's why I always want to talk about their contribution to America. You know?
Totally, yeah. I know you're a big Carlin guy, right?
Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
So it was Carlin and who else? Woody Allen was a guy you liked a lot.
Yeah. I love his. Actually, I was introduced to American humor in China was Mark Twain, but in America is Woody Allen. Because I was learning how to write in English.
Yeah.
And my teacher saw my writing. She was like, "Oh, you probably should read this little book pamphlet. It's all short novels. One of the authors are Woody Allen." And I was like, "Whoa, this guy's really funny."
Yeah.
And then she told me, "Oh, he's actually a director." I was like, "Really?" So I started to rent his movies and stuff.
Did you ever listen to stand-up?
Oh yeah.
So good, right?
Oh my God! Remember? You guys know the movie Midnight in Paris?
Yes.
Yeah. That movie was from a 2-3 minute routine he did back in the 60s.
I do remember that. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yes, for sure, man.
Oh man, it was genius.
Dude, he was brilliant.
Yeah.
He did nothing wrong. He's done nothing wrong. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But no, his stuff is unbelievable. And it's so weird because like a lot of comedy stuff, like a lot of doesn't really translate. Mm-hmm. But that stuff is still so funny.
Oh,
it's like it's incredible.
If you look at Louis C.K.'s, he had a sitcom thing. What was it called? Just a bunch of guys in a bar.
Oh, Horace and Pete?
Yeah, Horace and Pete.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch that show. That show has a very strong Woody Allen feel to it.
Interesting.
Including the music, and it's all jazz.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Stephen Wright was in the show too.
Yes, he was, man.
Sitting at the end of a bar. Just
I know. Just being Stephen Wright, dude. That was so cool. No,
unbelievable. So nice. Yeah.
Two things. Did you so we're talking about Stephen Wright, but did you ever work with Stephen Wright? Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Who'd you come up with, I guess, in the Boston scene? Like, who are your peers when you're like?
Oh, my peers is I think it's Joe List.
Hell yeah, man. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Who else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You know? The our batch. Who else you may know? Oh, you're from New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mike Kaplan.
Kaplan, of course. He's done a few of the Don't Tell Us here. So and he stays here a lot. So yeah, we're very familiar with Mike Kaplan.
Oh yeah. Mike Kaplan, we performed together a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Joe List and a couple of other friends. I think we did maybe 1 or 2 trips together from Boston to New York to audition for people.
Oh, okay.
It was always miserable.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's a really long car ride.
Yeah.
You go to New York, sometimes, they're like, well, thanks for coming, but today is a Jewish holiday, so the producer didn't come.
Oh, no!
Yeah. At another time, we drove all the way to
Princess in the other castle, you know?
Yeah. We drove to another club, and the person you came here to see, they just moved to LA. I was like, what?
Oh my gosh.
There's so many that kind of trips to New York.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. And I remember during one trip, there's a comedian named Tony Moscato.
Okay.
Yeah, I still see him every once in a while in LA. Sometimes the comedians together, we actually don't talk that much. The car got quiet. He was like, how about this? Let me tell you a joke, but you guys shouldn't hate me for this.
Oh,
I said,
no.
fine, just go ahead. He said, so basically a guy severed his toe. Guess what happened next? I was, what happened next? They called the tow truck. I was like, well, that's it? Okay.
This is like conversations I have with Tim every day. He just laughs and laughs, I pay him for it.
But that's the thing, it's not a great joke, but you remember it.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's.
I still remember we had I started with a stand-up comedy class.
Yeah.
Taught by Tim McIntyre.
Okay.
Greg Howell was there. He's still performing in Boston. And I remember one of the guys, he went to the class maybe once or twice. He just never came again. But he just told this one joke. No, everybody remembers.
Yeah.
He was like, I went to my grandma's house and I saw her vibrator. I can tell she just used it because it was dry.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah. He was so inappropriate, but everybody remembers.
That's amazing, man. I love that joke. Oh man. Is he still doing comedy?
No, I don't think so.
Dude, so it's up for grabs.
No. Well, at least I gave him credit. But
that is true. That is true.
Yeah. No, but I don't do that joke, by the way. But
yeah.
I tell the joke here, but it's not my joke.
That's so funny, man. I just you mentioned Horace and Pete. This is a weird aside, but
yeah.
Did you like it? That show was.
Oh, love it.
That show was. I was actually just listening to his podcast. Like you were also on WTF.
Oh yes.
Yeah. But he was talking about it with Mark Maron, and then I just man, I got the urge to watch this again, even though it's like, why would I want to watch? It's so sad, it's so depressing.
Oh my God, I love the show.
Yeah.
Jesus, because I'm really at the age it's I really know how bad life can be.
Sure. Yeah.
People sometimes was like, hey, especially when I was in China, all the comedians are like at least 10 years younger than me.
Right.
Yeah. People, what's life like? I don't even know what to talk to them about. You know, it's like, oh, my stage is, I feel like I'm just dead inside.
That's a clip.
Yeah. I'm just dead inside. I'm just waiting for the rest of my body to catch up.
Oh my God, dude. Yes.
That's what, but that's why I love shows like Horace and Pete. You know,
Yeah.
it's just, life's just like that. You know, it just never gets any better. You know, there's probably fleeting hope, and then it disappears. You know, that's just life. You know.
I had no idea this is where this was going, but I'm so glad for this. Is so good.
You shouldn't talk to older comedians about what it's like in the future.
No, I do see it because then I'll talk to a local comic or headliner came through town, and I was working with him, and he had this what is it called, like the 10-mile stare, you know?
Oh, really?
And I was just like kind of interrupting him, and he just like, and I was just I asked a kind of an embarrassing question about comedy, and he just goes, well, there's more than one way to skin this cat.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I was just like, I will escape into the wilderness, there it is. It's that look. That's the look of a comic who's been at it for 20 plus years, right?
Yeah, but there is like good moments. But I'm not saying comedy as a career is bad. Every career is like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I feel that, you know, I used to be in biology field. You know, it's just like, I aspired to become a professor. I thought, professor is such a great job, you know.
Right.
You do your research, then you lie by the pool and writing papers. But when I actually talked to a couple of professors this year, and they're jealous of me.
Sure.
Yeah, so because every profession has the other side, you know.
Right.
So I guess you just have to learn to appreciate, you know, what's good about your own field. You know?
Totally, yeah.
And also, you know, family and friends are important. You know.
Yeah. No, it's great, man. Yeah, it's just like there's the hole is never. We don't want to go back into it, but the hole is never fulfilled, and you know, I totally.
But the thing is, I still, you know, when I see my friends that we came up together in comedy. Oh, it's always a good time.
Absolutely, totally.
There's nothing that can replace that. You know. Yeah.
That is nice, man. Just having people you've known for like a long time to see again, it's like it's insane, dude. I don't even understand why it's like that.
Yeah, I know. It's like just sometimes I feel gay. You know. I was like, why the hell am I hugging Alex for so long?
Yeah. You're speaking my language. That's so funny, man. No, that's great. Oh man, so many things that we brought up here. This is Horace and
Pete. Yeah, you go back to Horace and Pete. Yeah.
I shouldn't, but no. I remember seeing that and being very depressed, and then watching. I was like, I watched like Black Sheep right after, or like a very dumb Chris Farley movie. I was like, I need something uplifting because it's so cool.
Well, you need both, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, I love Dumb and Dumber, but
that's
also
the greatest,
I love Horace and Pete too.
So are you a movie guy? Do you go to movies a lot?
Not a whole lot, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but I still. I don't know. I'm just getting older, but sometimes I watch movie in a different way now. I remember when I was younger, when I first saw great movies like Forrest Gump. Oh, this is such a great movie.
Yeah.
But now I watch it again during pandemic. Just had nothing else to do.
Sure.
Also, this movie makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Just there's so many coincidences.
I know.
Right from the beginning, life's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get next.
Yeah.
Of course you know it's the chocolate.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but then he's like play ping pong in China.
I
Go
know.
to Vietnam War. It's like what?
It doesn't. I've tried to study this movie. I went to film school, right?
Okay.
I was I've tried to understand like what is like I don't understand it.
Oh.
And it was actually the first movie I saw in the theater. So so that was like what all of like my concept of a movie was. Mm-hmm. So my first screenplay was like a movie that's very similar to Forrest Gump because it's like you gotta have a scene in a boat, you know. But I don't understand it either. I don't understand like what is the whole point of the thing, and then it doesn't really make any sense, and it's like it doesn't.
Yeah, but I think my friend's theory might might be right. You know, he just feels it's a feel-good movie and a nostalgic movie from for people from those time era, I guess.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But,
the film Forrest Gump deals with finding the true meaning of life despite facing numerous hurdles. Okay, well, we did it. There you go.
Well,
I guess I could have just Googled that.
That's
you know?
so many movies.
that is true. That is true. That's like kind of everything in the world.
Yeah, it's like Ray Charles movies.
You know what? Actually, you know what? Yeah, for sure. We'll just do that. It's Horace and Pete. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'll never mention this again, Horace and Pete.
Oh, also the 6 Feet Under. You know, it's also very depressing. But you know,
Dude, that's my favorite TV show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
I rewatched that over the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
With a girlfriend, so it's like anyway, I have girlfriends and I don't have girlfriends, but the great thing about having a new girlfriend is
that you're like a comedy girlfriend? Yeah,
it's comedy girlfriend. You know, this is my pandemic girlfriend.
Okay.
You know,
yeah, wow. I'm jealous of your life.
yeah,
Right?
it's like I'm like Forrest Gump. You know, it's just like here's what, I'm playing ping pong. I have a girlfriend for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but that was a great thing. Was that just watching by myself? What's the point? But I watch with somebody else. It's like I can re-experience the whole thing. You know,
Oh,
that show
okay.
ruled.
Oh yeah.
That show's so sad.
I know. Yeah. But then I think I don't know how many seasons that show lasted.
5
seasons.
4 or 5.
I felt
yeah.
the show was a little bit ahead of its time. You know.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, okay, so this is a weird anecdote,
Yeah.
and we might cut it because it's maybe not any good, but I was watching that during the pandemic. I went for a hike. I was in California, okay? And my girlfriend and I had been watching that together, and then I went on this hike, and it was supposed to be only so long, but actually it was like twice as long, and I got stuck on a ledge. It was like, I was like rock climbing kind of, and I'm like, I think I'm going to, I don't know if I can make it.
Oh.
And my phone was dying. And I was like, dude, and I'm in this thing that show everybody dies every single episode. So I'm like, this is how I'm going to die.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, and then I'm starting having conversations with ghosts like in that show, you know? So I'm like talking to people that are.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
While your girlfriend is being next to you.
She's not there.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was the thing. So I was just like, she's going to be like, where's Ronnie at? You know? Because I went solo hiking, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway, let's cut that.
It might be also interesting. You have all these thoughts while she's right next to you.
Oh, she is, yeah. Here's the thing about my girlfriends. I don't like to talk to them. Okay? I got to keep it all inside. You know what I mean? Oh, shoot. So, are you married?
Oh, yes.
So what is it like traveling and stuff and, you know?
Oh, it's very hard.
Yeah.
I have to say, when you're single, you do as much road work as possible.
Got it.
Because once you're married, especially after I have my son,
yeah.
Oh, it's tough, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I pull my car out of the driveway, I just see his little face on the window. It's
Oh,
like,
no.
Oh man, I can't do this. It's so hard. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And what we don't have to talk. What your wife does? What did your wife do?
Oh yeah. She's like. What was it called? You know, financial analyst. You know,
Okay.
she used to work for Fidelity. You know,
Insurance.
Yeah.
Did she meet before you did comedy or after you did comedy?
Before.
Oh, it's amazing. So
I
she's
know.
seen everything then.
I know. It's pretty tough on her. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's a regular job. All of a sudden, you know, you have to go out at night. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand. You know,
But also, I mean, you had a TV show, or do you have it currently?
Oh no, I don't have a TV show now.
But you did in China, yeah?
Oh yeah. I hosted a TV show for almost 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So was it you're going back and forth, or were you guys all relocating together?
At the time we were in China for more than 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they moved to LA, and then I went back and forth for half a year.
Okay.
That was really tough. It's like that's like the world's longest commute. You know? Yeah, every month I have to fly back to China.
Oh my
tape the
God!
shows,
Yeah.
fly back. Yeah, and then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So
were you happy? Or you didn't have to travel as much?
Yeah. Well, no, I was stuck over there.
Oh, you're stuck in.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa!
Yeah.
So you were stuck how long?
It's close to 2 years, but I still come back.
Oh,
but
you still
then-
okay?
Yeah, but it's just tougher, you know. Just
For
with
sure,
all
yeah.
the quarantine,
Totally,
it was
yeah.
miserable for
Yeah.
2 years. Yeah. but now now it's okay. We're together. But but my son is close to going to college.
Wow.
So, yeah. Oh man, it's yeah, when he was littler, we're like, oh, we wish him to be bigger. But when he's bigger, it's like, oh no, he's leaving.
Yeah.
It's tough, Yeah.
Is he? Do you think he's going down like a performance route, or like more like a academic, like both, but like you?
Well, I don't know. Right now, he likes science stuff.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like that? You're like, go to science. Don't.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever he likes to do.
For sure. Yeah.
And I was biochemist, but he's not too into biology. He's more interested in physics. But who knows? Things could change.
True. He's gonna come back. He's gonna get tattoos. He's gonna,
exactly.
Everything can change.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen to this podcast. He's gonna grow a Skullet. Skullet Army. That's like the whole thing.
Idea.
That's an idea. There you go.
I found my calling for Roddy's podcast.
You would hate me so much. What have you done to my son? No, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Randomly.
Yeah.
Do you play chess at all?
Oh, I don't know how to play this chess though. I
Gotcha.
play a little bit of the Chinese chess.
Checkers?
No,
or is that
no,
mahjong?
It's a different. no, checkers.
Listen, we're not very smart on this podcast. Okay, it's word association.
In China, this is called the international chess.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, this is called international chess.
Yeah, but there's the Chinese chess with Chinese characters. There's
interesting.
Yeah. There's a martial, like soldiers. We also have horse and.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Huh.
And they literally have a river here. Oh, wait a minute.
That's
I think
incredible.
my mic is out. Okay, now is it back or? Yeah.
Check. Or no?
Hello. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the Chinese checker was actually, legend has it that it was invented by this general, because during their encampment, he's worried the soldiers are getting bored.
Yeah.
So they invented this game.
Huh.
They literally have this is the river, There's a river in the middle. The two sides have to attack each other and stuff. Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want to learn. I don't think so. I beat this guy all the time in chess.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the reigning chess champion of Steel City Arts Foundation.
Oh, really? Oh.
Nate, who was at the show yesterday, he's hosting your show tonight as well, but I destroy him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He is Nate? Nate's an academic?
Didn't he go to school for like Roman history?
He did actually.
Roman history.
Roman history. Did he talk to you about that?
No.
He loves to talk. He'll talk your ear off about it if you want.
I learned the Renaissance and Reformation, but not Roman history. I learned the second half of Italian history, I guess. Yeah.
There's a meme on I think it was a TikTok trend, but it was just ask your as a girlfriends would ask their boyfriends, how often do you think of the Roman Empire? And apparently men think about it all the time. That's was the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was once a day. Right. Yeah, it's one of those things. So I don't know. Nate must think about it all the time, I guess. This has been TikTok talk, okay?
But TikTok is really weird though, because it caters to your interest.
Totally.
Yeah, because you think something's really big, but you talk to another person,
that is
the other
very
person
true.
has no idea.
That is very true. Yeah. Different algos for sure.
Yeah, we as if we're not divided enough. Now we're divided by not only by apps, but within apps we're divided too.
Subdivisions of subdivisions.
I know. Yeah.
Are you a fan of TikTok? Do you think it's going to be taken away actually?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. because they're suing or something. So I have no idea. It doesn't affect me that much.
I go in and out of deleting it and
oh really?
And getting it back on because it's so fun, dude.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's great.
But I just that's like a vortex, It's just like
it's incredible.
Half an hour's gone. What happened to the last hour?
That is true.
Yeah.
Do you get distracted a lot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With what?
My attention span gets shorter and shorter now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading an article about it. They said like college professors are like, it's really hard to get the kids to read these books.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and to be honest, I can't read these books right now. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. I don't know.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what the solution's gonna be. You know.
I don't think there's going to be one. I mean, I don't think that there's any reason why the companies would want us to change. And I think that they've got us by the balls, I guess.
Oh yeah. Eyeballs.
There it is, dude. Clip it. I gotta stop saying clip it after everything that's funny because it's gonna be very annoying. Let me see if I get any. Okay, question about comedy stuff. So, do you talk about when you're like, man, this darkness, do you talk about that on stage at all?
Oh, yeah, sometimes, but it turns the audience off though, because most audience members, they just want to have a laugh. I understand that. That's what they pay the money for.
True.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the show or like where you, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've? How long have you been doing comedy now?
Oh wow, I started back in 2002.
Okay.
This is 22 years.
Okay.
Yeah, man, time flies. Yeah.
We all get sad again, but I was just curious. So like I guess like the evolution of your style then. So what you're talking about, like the way you performed early on versus now. Like what do you think? And do you feel? I'm always curious about this. Like, do you have any like recent things where you're like, man, I couldn't do that maybe 5 years ago, but now I'm doing it now, and you're like, okay, here we go. Like
Yeah. I sing and dance a little bit too.
Do you really?
Yeah, sometimes. It's a really poor imitation of singers and dancers, but I do this sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first started, I do a little bit, but then it just doesn't work out very well. But now, for some reason, sometimes it works, so I just stuck to it.
What do you sing and dance about?
Oh well, there's so many things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lights. A microphone just drops from back.
But it's always like birthday songs where there's just a little bit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh yeah, everybody sings.
Tim,
right?
stop talking, please. My goodness, what the hell? Sometimes I gotta crack the whip every once in a while.
But actually, Tim's hair looks like ancient Chinese soldiers.
It does actually.
You remember if you look at like terracotta soldiers?
Yeah.
Some of them have the hair.
Yeah.
Oh really? Terracotta.
Interesting.
Exactly. Oh, I see.
Yeah, Tim is very popular at our shows.
Oh. Oh, really?
I think I mentioned this last episode, but we did a show, and this woman, she was like, who is that beautiful man over there?
Oh, wow.
Does he have a boyfriend or girlfriend? Sorry, I don't know why I said that. I do have to stop talking about that. Anybody's listening, Tim is taken. So.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right,
But
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Forget him.
Tell me about
it. Yeah.
Clip it.
Yeah, we just call him Dave. If we say Dave, that means Tim.
Yeah, exactly. Open the podcast doors, Dave. Question.
Where were we talking?
We were talking about.
Things I can do that I didn't think I was able to do in the past.
And do you care? Is that a thing like you're actually like, oh, is it? I guess like what are the things that you still get excited about comedy that you're like doing now, and or do the bombs hurt as bad anymore?
Yeah.
I don't know, but like the bad shows, do they hurt as bad, or the good shows feel as good?
Oh yeah, well, the good shows probably don't excite me that much anymore. Yeah, but still I got some. Kick out of hey, this is a new tag ad.
Totally,
yeah. Or I go to an open mic and at least one or two jokes get some response. I still like it. I still enjoy going to mics. Yeah.
Interesting. So how often you go to mics?
Oh, very often.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
True.
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes when I watch shows, unless it's a fantastic show, sometimes I just get bored. It's like, well, I'd rather write some jokes or tell some jokes.
Right.
I know like Netflix has a lot of good shows, but sometimes I was like, I seem to be getting more fun looking for shows than actually watching one.
I know,
Yeah,
man.
so-
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I might as well just do some comedy.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say something and I lost it. The mics. Oh, you said the mics, the shows. Do you so, cut that.
Yeah.
So I guess what I was thinking, I guess it was like things outside of comedy, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
I actually I was thinking about this. So you said like, working on a new thing. Man, like I actually, it's really nice when a new thing works,
Yeah.
but when an old thing works, and then someone's like, man, I like that thing you did. And I'm like, that's a very old joke. Like it doesn't actually feel any good at all.
Oh, well, I still feel good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause for a while I felt that way, but later on I was like, sometimes I will, for some reason, all of a sudden remember some jokes I did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I bring it back and I can tweak it.
Right.
It still feels good.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's what I always tell younger comedians. Don't throw away your notes. Maybe a couple of years later you go through it.
Right.
There are a lot of things you ignore, actually. I
Yeah.
remember a writer, a famous writer, I can't remember his name anymore. A famous writer once said, after you turn 20, you already have all the material you would ever need for the rest of your life for writing. Because there's so many things you actually don't notice. But then when you start writing and look back, it will gradually come back to you.
Right.
Yeah, I really believe that. Writing is the same. When you're like 22, you wrote something. You're like, this is, BS. And then when you turn 32, you go back, it was like, hey, that's interesting. Even if I don't think that way anymore, it's a good contrast,
Yeah. You mentioned Mark Twain.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that you were given a book, like a Mark Twain book when you're in growing
in
up?
China,
Yeah.
we have Mark Twain's articles in our textbooks. Yeah.
Do you remember anyone any in particular?
Oh, I just remember his thing about running for governor in New York.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's 5-6 different kids come out and calling him dad or something. Yeah, that was probably the type of election they had at the time.
Yeah.
They
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, they just try to prove hey, you have a lot of bastards. or
Right.
something,
Oh my God, dude, that's incredible.
Yeah.
He was I don't know. We can get to Mark Twain talk. I fucking love that dude, man.
Yeah. But some people believe he's the first stand-up comedian in America. Yeah, because he did a bunch of bad investments, like telephone companies of the day. And just they lost a lot of money, so he had to tour the country giving humorous talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't know if that's true.
It is true. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like
I know he does touring, but I'm not sure he's the first.
he went by train or something. So like he was
But evangelicals do this a lot earlier than him.
What's that?
Sure, evangelicals. A lot of the preachers and
for sure. Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, but then they're not that funny though.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just talking about like I've heard like people talk about like they were like laughing in the aisles, going rolling on the ground, talking about how funny he was and stuff. It's just like crazy because he's just doing like talks and like book readings and stuff.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
He was because man, I remember like because Stephen no not Stephen Born Standing Up Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Oh, okay.
Steve Martin had like the white suit, which is like the Mark Twain suit or whatever, And but yeah, that's love a good Mark Twain. He's also like had like really funny idioms too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, we'll cut. I don't know if this is interesting at all, but he's also very sad too. A lot of his kids
really?
died and stuff. So at the very end.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a thing. But then he would just. So what he would do is like he was just a very sad old man. And then at the end, he would just kind of go around in his white suit.
Mm-hmm.
But he was very famous.
Uh-huh.
So his home life was very sad because he was just all alone.
Oh,
but then he would go
man.
out in public, and then everyone would just be like, Mark Twain, and he'd get all the love from the people and stuff. So that's...
yeah. Well, at least he got something.
He got, he got something. So CRISPR.
Man. Man. Maybe sometimes I feel I have a little bit of ADHD.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times I just know part of the story. Like
Sure, yeah.
Mark Twain, I didn't know his family tragedies.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know the ending of Anne Frank's story. And until I went to Amsterdam.
Okay.
And we visited her house.
Yeah.
And then I found out, she didn't survive. I was gotta be really sad. Well, because I thought she was rescued for some reason.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So then I went there with my wife. So like, oh, I didn't know, she didn't survive. And she's like, you didn't know? Everybody knows. So I was like, oh.
That's hilarious. I mean, it's very sad, but that's so funny, dude. That's like,
Yeah.
oh man, you must be like, you love like Gladiator. I don't know how it ends, but my dad. Anyway, he gets real sad about that. Literally every conversation I have with my dad, he will bring up Gladiator, and he's like, "Man, I wish it didn't end like that." So my dad's dealing with a lot of stuff, I guess. But yeah.
Mostly also ancient Roman stuff.
Dude, it all connected, baby. Very good.
Yeah.
You should be the host of the show, please. And I'll be Tim's role, and Tim will never be seen again. Let's just keep changing. We're at hour 5.
Okay.
I think we're good then.
Okay, cool.
Amazing. Well, I really do appreciate you talking and stuff. This is very nice,
thanks
man.
so much for having me here.
Yeah,
This
for
is
sure.
a great setup here. Yeah.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Steel City Arts Foundation. They've it's a podcast studio, and it's
you got some cool books.
Mark Twain is down there, but
yeah,
also
Paul
just
Reiser,
yeah, it's like a comedy library. So if you
this
comics are free to
great.
just borrow books and whatever else.
Yeah,
man.
you like Dave Barry too, huh? I used to read his book too.
Oh, really?
Dave Barry. Yeah. He's I think he's from Florida or something. Right?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he writes like humor articles. Yeah. Well, I really enjoy talking to you. Too.
Oh, likewise,
thank
man.
you so much
I
for
do appreciate it,
getting
and
me on this podcast.
yeah. And where can people find you?
Oh, just find me on Instagram or TikTok. Yeah, for now. Yeah. Instagram is Joe Wong Comedy. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So Joe Wong Comedy, except TikTok.
Except TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok's Joe Wong Stand Up.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, Joe Wong Comedy was taken on TikTok.
Really?
Probably by myself. I just don't remember.
It's the ADHD, everybody.
Yeah, ADHD.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, really appreciate this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This has been the Skullet Podcast. You can check me out at Ron_Flem. And in the end, not all growth is good. I'm working on that way to say at the end, but it's about skullets. We'll figure it out in post. Thank you so much. See you next time.
All right.
Oh, yeah.